Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the DockHaus here at Wisconsin Brewing Company Park for episode 4 of DockHaus Dialogue with Dom. Thank you for battling the snow and the windy conditions tonight. I hope everyone had a very happy Thanksgiving. Very pleased to be joined today by Mitchell Mueller. He was one of our better relievers on the Country DockHounds this past season. I'll say it. You look at the ERA, and it's of course a very good one, 3.5. But you had several underlying stats that were absolutely fantastic, Mitchell, and you did so as a rookie. Definitely wanted to talk to you tonight. And you're also a local, so that of course adds another fantastic element and narrative too for your season. But thank you so much for joining me. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to be here and be on with you, so thank you for having me.
And the DockHounds were your first professional team. You played at 3 different colleges. You also got to play in some good summer ball, played in the Cape Cod League as well as the Northwood Summer League. What was it like taking the next step forward in your baseball career to the pro level?
It was definitely really exciting. My favorite part of that was just being able to play baseball as my full-time job, no longer doing the schoolwork. So there was a sense of freedom being able to go and do everything I can to perform the day and the next day. So I really enjoyed that. I think everywhere that I had been leading up to playing pro ball prepared me in different ways. So like at school, being able to balance the school life with baseball, or in the Northwoods League where you're playing every day throughout the summer, that gets you prepared to play the professional baseball schedule. So everywhere that I had been, I think had its own little step in helping me get to where I am now.
And you got to go back to where you were born in the state of Minnesota, your first stop, Winona State. Then you went to Parkland College before you ended up at Utah Valley, which is where you played your last 2 seasons collegiately. Do you think that your journey of playing at multiple different schools at different levels helped prepare you just for whatever is going to come in your baseball journey?
Yeah, I believe that it has helped. It will help a ton because the instability of where I go in baseball, there's so many journeys and steps to the whole process.
Being comfortable in going different places and meeting new people and being comfortable in just other areas, I think is really impactful and will really help the future.
And you're lucky that you get to play at home because that's not something that a lot of players get the opportunity to do. And it's also a unique dynamic being this an MLB partner league, and you get to choose where you play. So, of course, that makes it a little bit easier to play at home, but you get to play about 25 or so minutes away from your home. I assume you get to stay at home as well during the season, so you don't have to deal with a potentially bad host family or just a bad experience there for you. We talked about it in our little teaser video that we posted earlier this week, but truly how awesome is it to play in your home state and be able to perform in front of your family and friends?
It's really, really fun. You can't beat it. Just you get mom's home cooking and just the area, the people at the stadium. You kind of understand them in a different way. So being able to play in front of these Wisconsinites, and I think it's really cool, especially having the kids come in and you were in their shoes maybe 10 years ago and they can be in mine 10 years from now. So that's really cool.
Right. That was going to be one of the questions that I wanted to ask because you got to go to Mueller Park, now American Family Field, at Brewers games, and you get to see those players playing in your backyard, and now you get to do it for them. Is it something that you think about when you're out on the mound or when you're walking by? Because, of course, here at Wisconsin Brewing Company Park, and it's very intimate dimensions, you walk by the fans on your way out to the field, so that if they want to interact with you, you have no choice but to interact with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just seeing myself at Madison Mallard games growing up or Chinooks games, and then Miller Park trying to get the autographs of the players. And so every time that I get that opportunity, I think back to being myself as that kid wanting those autographs, and being able to do that for those kids is definitely a really cool feeling.
Is there a moment that happened during the season or while you were with the Lakeshore Chinooks, who are, of course, the local Northwoods team, at least that one's over in Mequon, which is a little further away from here north of Milwaukee, but where you had an interaction with a fan that really sticks out to you?
I don't know if there's a specific interaction, but, having the family in the crowd and being able to see them after the games, it's definitely really cool. It's powerful. Just having them close by. You never get over that feeling of your family being at the games or having some friends come watch you. So, yeah.
And it was a long year for you baseball-wise because it starts in February collegiately, and then it rolls into summer ball with the Chinooks. And then you sign with the DockHounds in July. And one of the cool things about your debut is that it was actually during one of the games where we're wearing the auctionable jerseys, unlike some of the other jerseys that we wear on a consistent basis. So your family actually got to keep that jersey. But what do you remember about getting ready for that professional debut, and was it different than maybe per se your first outing at Utah Valley or even at Winona State?
Yeah, they're all different in their own fun ways. I think what was really cool with the professionally is, like, you get paid to play baseball. This is my job. It's not just something where I'm playing for my school. Like, this is for more, I think it's exciting to go out there and compete at this level and to try and prove to everyone else that I belong here. I think that was the cool part about performing with the DockHounds for the first time.
You're chasing the dream, and that's what's awesome about it. That's why the fans come to Wisconsin Brewing Company Park to cheer you on, especially in their backyard, which is also your backyard. And I think that's super cool. And you, of course, were probably playing in your backyard with your brother Matthew a lot growing up, and then he's not quite to the professional ranks. He's still playing in college, was at Gonzaga. He'll be at the University of Milwaukee this upcoming spring. What was it like to play with him, though, for 2 summers on a bigger stage with the Lakeshore Chinooks?
Yeah, it was truly special, and it's something that I will take with me wherever I go, that I got to play with him. My senior year of high school was the COVID year, and we were supposed to have our time together on varsity that year. And to not have that, you never know if you're going to be able to play with each other again. And so to be able to go to the Lakeshore Chinooks and play with him, I think was very powerful for me and my family. And I think the coolest part about it is that this past summer, he started a game and went 6 innings with 12 strikeouts, and I came in relief and had 8. So we had a combined 20 strikeout game together. And just thinking about all the days in the backyard playing together, dreaming of playing in the World Series together, and just seeing that step be taken where we did it at the college level, and now we want to go do it at the next level. So it was definitely really cool, and to get interviewed after the game and have my mom get interviewed because she was in the crowd there, and it was truly special.
And did he get to come to the games and then maybe have that be an inspiration for him to get to this level, like he was going to some of your college games when you were a little bit older than him while he was still at Brookfield Central?
Yeah, I think it's cool to pave that path and show him that it can be done, and I think he's got everything it takes to be here one day, and I think it can help inspire him a little bit.
And does he hold it over your head that he started or he got to Division I a little bit faster than you, or is that just no brotherly rivalry there?
He never holds it over my head. He might think it himself,
sure,
but I'm a professional baseball player right now, so
right there, you have the bragging rights right now, and maybe it'll swing back, but hopefully not in your sake. So, yeah, it was really cool reading that story about how you guys struck out 20 batters in one game, and you never struck out 20 batters here at this level, but you had immediate success right when you joined the DockHounds. Was it difficult to stay steady and say all right, I belong here, but I need to keep getting better so that way I can stay here?
Yeah, I think as the competitor inside me, I knew that I belong right away, and it's about proving to everyone else that I belong. And I think just going out and attacking each day as it's the most important day of your life, because as a baseball player it is. Every at-bat matters. Everything you do matters. So just I think taking it day by day, pitch by pitch, really helped me not see it as the big term, what's going on. Instead, just if I execute my job on this pitch after pitch, it'll all work out.
You use the word attack, and I think that's a word that greatly describes how you pitched with the Lake Country DockHounds. It was primarily fastballs, and you threw it in the zone, and you said to the other hitters in the American Association, you can't hit this. And for the large majority of the time with the DockHounds, they did not hit your fastball. Is the attack mentality something that you carry out on the mound as well?
Oh, yeah. I am a fierce competitor. I try to seem like a nice guy, which I think I am, I hope.
You are.
But, it's a different mindset on the mound where it's me versus him, and I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give in. He's going to get my best stuff no matter what. So just attacking fiercely in the zone, just say, I dare you to hit it. And, yeah.
fierce competitor. We'll have some trivia in a little bit, and maybe I can stump you a little bit on some Wisconsin sports, and hopefully that you don't get too beat up on yourself if there's some struggling there. But really excited to give that to you as well. Thank you so much to everyone who has come out tonight for the DockHaus here at Wisconsin Brewing Company Park. And we've got trivia as well later tonight, doing so many other cool things here at the DockHaus in Wisconsin Brewing Company Park all off-season long. And part of the reason that you were able to have some success with your attacking was you just threw strikes. And there was a period of time during the season for the Lake Country DockHounds where that wasn't something that was consistently happening for our pitching staff. And it was the point in time, there was the week that you came in where our pitching staff really started to throw strikes, and the pitching staff turned the season around for the DockHounds, because when you signed in July, the team was 9 games below 500. All of a sudden, the team makes the playoffs for the first time in franchise history. How cool was it for you to see the pitching staff transform and also help the Lake Country DockHounds get to its highest mark?
Yeah, I think that it's definitely not on one or two people in the pitching staff, but I think overall it's just coming together as one, say, hey, if we attack the zone, the hitters statistically will get themselves out. And so I think I like to lead through my actions and play, and I don't think I stood alone as any great pitcher for the staff, but, you know, to show that it worked for me, that it can work for other people, and having a couple other people come in and really make those strides forward. It was really awesome to be able to make the playoffs for the first time in franchise history, and I think it's a great stepping stone for what we can do this year.
Yeah, you were a huge part of that last night. The DockHounds were able to clinch that spot. You got the hold in the 8th inning, which set up the save for Alan Carter, and he had to strain a runner on base with nobody outs. But what do you remember about that night? Because that was one of the bigger nights of the season with the drone show after the game. So the crowd was full. They were into the stadium. How did that experience pan out for you?
I mean, it's everything you train for, right? So every day in the off season that you're working out, or you know, you don't want to do what you have to do, but you go do it anyway, you train for moments like that. And so to come in and have the roar of the crowd, and it's the perfect baseball setting. You know, it's nighttime, and so to be able to go and perform in that moment, I knew in my mind that I was made for this. So
truly was a special night. And then, like you said, you're excited to build on that this upcoming season. You have signed your contract with the Lake Country DockHounds to be here for the 2025 campaign, which we're very excited for year 4 of baseball here in Oconomowoc. How excited are for you to build off of what you did personally in this 2024 season?
Very excited to get back out there and give another go at it, and I think I have a lot more left to prove to myself and others, and just go out and play baseball. It's what I live for. It's everything that I want, so I'm very excited to get back and going into the things here.
And one of the cool things about this upcoming pitching staff that we haven't had any previous seasons here with the DockHounds is there's actually a good amount of returning pitchers like yourself, and you guys really thrived under Paul Wagner. What was it like pitching for Wags and also for manager Ken Huckabee, as they were both former major leaguers?
Mm-hmm. It's very cool to be led by former major leaguers, people who have been there and done that. I actually worked with Wags through high school, and you know, just having him and being comfortable with him helped me be comfortable right here, right away. So it was really cool to work with those two, and I'm excited to get back with them. Just, I think they provide a great culture for us.
And one of the big differences between the professional ranks, including here with the Lake Country DockHounds, is you get to be around major leaguers and then also players who have been in clubhouses with major leaguers, so they understand that dynamic a little bit more of truly what it is to be a baseball player. And that is a difference between college and here. But were there any other differences that really stood out to you in your first season as a professional, watching some of what your teammates did, or just how your teammates interacted in the clubhouse?
I think what was really cool about it is that I come in as a wide-eyed college guy, and there are some people who have been playing baseball for 10-plus years. And so just asking them questions, learning from them, hearing about different experiences and what potentially is to come for me, I think it kind of gets you excited and to think about what can be, what has been, what we're going to do as a team together, and having those people to look up to and learn from how to handle being a professional baseball player. I think it was all very, very important.
Think of John Duplantier, you think of Brian Bennell, think of Brett Canine. Was there a specific teammate who stood out as like a great leader for you?
I think Alan Carter, for me, he was the closer, and I turned into the setup guy. So bouncing questions off of him about his routine, how he prepares himself to be a reliever day in and day out, I think he was a huge part in helping me transform to this level.
And for you, is being a closer potentially something that you want to do? Because Alan, he hasn't signed his contract. He has a pro day coming up, and he was phenomenal. He was one of the best closers in the league, and you have some closing experience in your background. I mean, what would it mean to you to be the closer of the DockHounds next year?
Those are the moments I live for. Coming in and slamming the door shut, that is everything that I love about pitching. And I would love to be a closer, but I'd also love to pitch however I can because I love pitching. So however I can get my innings, I will take them. But being a closer is special, and it's definitely meaningful.
Yeah, you've got some starting in your background as well. And there was a comment that you made to me that stood out during the season was that when Robin Yount was here, you're like, oh, man, I want to start this game. Of course, you didn't do any starting for us, but we know that you could do that. But for you and all the players, you got to meet Robin Yount. And funny enough, you were one of the few players on the team who actually knew who Robin Yount was, which shocked me first off. But just being a Brewers fan, living here in Wisconsin, and then being able to share that day with him and meet him, what was that like?
I was starstruck. It was incredible to meet Robin Yount. I had a jersey from when I was a kid of Robin Yount that we got in Cooperstown. So I brought that and had him sign it, and I felt like those kids at the stadium here trying to get our autograph, like, whoa, this is Robin Yount. He was my dad's favorite player growing up, and I always wanted to be my dad's favorite player, so I wore 19, just like Robin Yount. And so it was really special to meet him and have him in the clubhouse and being our first base coach. It was awesome.
Yeah, I wrote down number 19 on here because that was your number at Utah Valley. Was that your number with the Chinooks as well?
No, they retired Yount's number there since he was a part of the ownership group, but I wore number 33 there for no particular reason.
And then you were 52 with the Lake Country DockHounds, and there was a number 19 last season with Lake Country, and then no one wore 19 because, of course, he was number 19 as a part of our coaching staff for that one day. Just one more question before we get into our trivia. Once again, thank you to everyone who came out tonight. Of course, pitching here at Wisconsin Brewing Company Park is awesome. You have the nice intimate feel, but the dream for anyone who ever suits up in a baseball uniform is to pitch in the major leagues. And you have the opportunity, especially if you pitch like how you did this past season, to get a crack at affiliate ball and sign a contract with a major league team. I mean, what would that opportunity mean to you, just because that's what you've played for your entire life?
Yeah, it would be an incredible opportunity and one that I would never take for granted. Just to even be in the spot where I am now, it's truly, truly awesome. But to go and have my chance at that next level, I know personally that I have what it takes, and I'm excited to go prove it to everyone else. But to go play at Mueller Park, where I grew up watching baseball, it would be really special.
Yeah, we all know you got it in yourself as well, and we're super excited to see you get another chance to prove that. And I want to see you prove if you've got some great Wisconsin pro sports knowledge. And I'm going to start you out with a Brewers question. So we're just talking about how the DockHounds played their first playoff game. The first playoff game for the Brewers in your life was the first Brewers playoff performance for you was in 2008. They won one game. It was on October 4th in the NLDS, and they've now won 14 games. But who got the win in the first Brewers postseason game of your life?
It's probably CC Sabathia. Now, I don't know that for sure, but that's my guess.
It was not CC Sabathia. He was the loser of Game 2 2 days prior. Do you have another guess?
Would it be Dave Bush?
It is Dave Bush. That is pretty good. I'll be completely honest with you. I had no idea who Dave Bush was until last night. We'll go to the Bucks question. So the Bucks, they were the 2021 NBA champions. 2 other times in their franchise history, they made it to the NBA Finals. What 2 seasons were that?
That would be 1971 and 74.
Look at this guy. He's good. He's good. All right, let's go back to Brewers. They have one pennant in their franchise history. It was 1982. That was back when they were actually in the American League. Who was the ALCS MVP of that series?
Oh, was it Molitor?
It was not Molitor.
Okay, Yount.
It was not Yount.
Stormin Gorman?
It was not Mr. Gorman.
Oh, boy.
Here, I'll give you a hint. It was actually not a Brewer.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know then.
It was Fred Lynn,
Yep.
the California Angels. I think that sucks for the Brewers. They've won one pennant, and they don't even have a player who won the MVP of that series.
Oh, crazy.
Do you know what Fred Lynn's most famous for in his baseball career?
I can't say that I do.
He's the only player to hit a grand slam in an all-star game.
Okay.
So Fred Lynn, pretty accomplished, and he's also an ALCS MVP despite losing that series. His batting average was over 600 in a 5-game set. It was pretty good, but I feel like it could have gone to Yount. So that is unfortunate. This Packers question was actually not mine that I came up with. It was a question that I got when I called into a sports radio show. I won, of course. But anyone can name the top 3 all-time Packers passing leaders. So these are passing yards with the Packers. The top 3, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Bart Starr. Can you name anyone else in the top 10?
Lynn Dickey.
Lynn Dickey's number 4. All right, so that's good.
The Don Mikowski.
Yeah,
in there?
he's number 6.
Okay.
You've already done better than everyone in our ticket office on this one.
I don't know if I can get any other ones.
Your dad
I
just
think
got one.
my dad, he lived in some of the dark ages of Packers, so he might know some of those guys. But
He's giving you Arnie Herber. He's number 9.
I don't know if I can. Is Matt Flynn in there?
Matt Flynn is not in there. That was a guess that I got earlier today.
Yeah.
Jordan Love's actually number 7.
Oh, wow.
He's very good, but
Yep.
that tells you how easy it is to get on this list. I mean, if it wasn't outside of those 3 quarterbacks who have been so good for the Packers, there's not a lot of history there. But Jordan Love's number 7 did very good. I mean, you got 3 of them, so that is far better than I could have done. I, of course, got Lynn Dickey, and that was good enough to win the Trivia Collins show in San Diego, which was a pretty low bar to clear. And then the last one is only one Brewer pitcher has accumulated 25 career WAR, B-WAR we're talking about here. Who is it?
Is that a career with the Brewers?
Career with the Brewers. So CC Sabathia
Yeah.
is not the correct answer.
Okay, I will go with Ben Sheets.
It is not Ben Sheets. He
Then
is
it's
second.
Giovanni Gallardo.
It is not Giovanni Gallardo.
Corbin Burns.
It is not Corbin Burns.
Teddy Higuera.
There it is.
Okay.
Got it.
Took me too long.
That was pretty good, though. Once again, did not know who Teddy was until I went on to Baseball Reference last night. Pitched in the 90s, was very good with the Brewers, and you did very good. You did very good. I can't say I'm too surprised, just talking sports with you. Very knowledgeable, and then you were telling me about a code and a project that you were making with college basketball earlier tonight. And I mean, sports is just a huge part of who you are.
Yeah, I love it.
And then one last question for you before we wrap up tonight. Once again, thank you for joining me tonight. What are your future goals, not only playing, but also just professionally and in life?
Well, my main goal is to play Major League Baseball until I'm told that I no longer can, and maybe even just professional baseball in general until I can no longer. So if I have to go like Ricky Henderson and play till I'm 50, I will go do that. But, just I love the game of baseball, and any way that I could be around it, I think that gives me purpose in life.
Mitchell, thank you so much for joining me tonight. You were absolutely fantastic. Hope our fans enjoyed getting to know you a little bit more, and I hope they're very excited to watch you play for the Lake Country DockHounds in this upcoming season. 2025 campaign, it's right around the corner. We're almost to 2025. We're now in December. We have 2 more DockHouse nights for the rest of the month. We've got Brady Kais, former DockHound, joining me next week. And then the following week on our big celebration before we go into the holiday break, we will have the 2 Kelnick brothers, Jared and JT Kelnick, join us. It'll be very special as the Kelnick family, they're the primary owners of the DockHounds. Mitchell, once again, thank you so much, and we really look forward to watching you play baseball this upcoming year.
Thank you for having me on. It's been fun.